G'day and welcome to Cherry Treat Gaming. I'm William J and welcome back to the Beginner's Guide, a game created by the same creator as Stanley Parable, but it is following another creator that makes many games. We're following his journey, so we're at exiting January 2009. Let's continue on from where we left off. So, you're now exiting. This looks like...
So, this,
Yeah.
combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow.
Cool.
It could even be that the stairs game and puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game.
Nice.
There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them.
That's cool.
And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Cool. I like that. March 2009. Alrighty. The Great and Lovely Descent. Ooh. Whiteness and a house. I can move forward.
Let's talk about video game development
Yes.
for a second.
Alrighty.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine,
Yep.
which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
The Streetwise Fool. The Streetwise
To make
Fool.
all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source.
Alright.
Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Cool. Okay. There's a toilet there.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture of these games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Cool. I like this. I like this. Now, this is very basic compared to what was outside. I feel like he prefers this over the more artsy stuff. So, the Great Descent. So here we go. I'm descending very fastly. And here we go. No fall damage. That's pretty cool. I like that. And now we're going even further down. Is it? And that's glass as well. Cool. That glass goes all the way around. Interesting. Alright. Always moving forward in this one. Cool. It's very ominous as well. The music is very ominous. Alright. Let's go through here. Now this is kind of like jail cells. Don't scare me, please. Man. Whoa. Man, don't do that. Now he's blocking off my path. He's controlling where I'm going. Oh, and now we're going up. Alright. So he's kind of forcing the players to go places. Can I hop off here? No, I have to go back. No, I'm stuck now. Now I'm in jail.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Wow.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yep, fair enough. And now I'm going back down again.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else.
Fair enough.
I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
Fair enough. Can't go that way. I must have to go down again. So this one, it's almost feeling like you're always going forward, but he's also leading the way to where he wants you to go. And now we're outside. Another one of these puzzles that he reuses again. Alrighty, let's go and use this puzzle.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Fair enough. Here we go, and then...
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Cool. Oh, thank you, man. Alrighty, so... I'm trying to look at each room and see what Coda is trying to if there's any hidden messages or anything like that. Probably just exactly like the narrator does. I should actually pick up the narrator's name. Just give me a second. There we go, I'm back. His name is Davey, so I'm gonna just refer him as Davey from now on. Davey and Coda. Listen, listen, listen. There's a nice fire there, and then we've got these people without faces. You there, did you come from above?
Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Alrighty, this is a new thing. Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there were these floating coloured blocks. I'm gonna say number 1. Yes, there's a world stamped with whiteness. The world above, you've been there. Now, this is important. Do you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember having a puzzle to go through any puzzle. I prefer to not tell you. After all, we've only just met. Number 3. What? But you don't understand. We are trapped here. That puzzle is our only escape. We need to get through it. You think you want to get through, but trust me, you don't. Let me describe it for you. Let me tell you all about what is over there. Alright, I will tell you how to solve it. Alright, I'll tell you how to solve it. Wonderful. Well, what is it? It's the answer. Please speak to me on how to escape. Tell me how to be free of this prison. I must know. It's the most important thing. There must be an ending. I like how the heads turn as well to speak and listen. Now, we can't get out of here because we are legitimately trapped. But there is a way out here. And the door is closed behind me, and now I am back again. So I am always trapped. Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? No. I've been here the whole entire time. I suggest you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not known to be solved, but you can sit in the black space in the middle. What happens if I solve it? Not sure, but if you have any suspicion, what you find won't be worth what it takes to get there. I missed the other part, I apologize. But they're gonna let me go again. I assume I might be coming back. Or the same puzzle's coming back again. This could also be an infinite stair.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Cool. It is indeed a great descent. And then now we're going outside? Or do we never get there? No, we do. Cool.
It's a lamppost.
Nice.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's
Yep.
going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
Nice.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and
Yep.
maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because
Cool.
now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination. which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Okay, it's the end.
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them.
Ooh.
And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Nice. I like that. I like that. Now, like, but was this his intention all along? Maybe he had this plan all along in his games. Who knows? April 2009. The game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Oh. Back to the nice blue sky and the lighting. He does like his wood lighting and concrete walls. Nice room, not?
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda.
Okay.
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up.
No point to this.
I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person.
Holy shit.
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me.
Okay, invisible wall there.
Cooled off eventually.
Fair enough, Davey. Alrighty. Now...
Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
There are too many messages in this game.
To me, they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings.
I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, the most majestic thing I've ever seen. And I feel like because nothing will ever be majestic, and I don't... Whoa, that's a long thing. Alright, let's go down. I'm not going to read all the notes.
But it's ironic, isn't it?
Is it okay?
Playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt,
that
we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him.
This is the thing, like...
I have to be honest with you. This idea is really seductive to me. And I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing.
This is a problem.
Just get to know you through your work.
I'm gonna pause this for a second. Yeah, like this is like how Let's Play and content creators now are feeling, you know what I mean? It's just like people are now connecting to them through YouTube, Twitch, all that kind of stuff. Twitch especially because you're on the fly, you're chatting to the person in real time, you know, and you get to know this person better than you probably know most of your friends half the time. And I feel like, you know, people invest into content creators as if they were celebrities, you know, celebrities you might know, you know, what their favorite food is and all that because there's articles about that kind of stuff. And you get attached sometimes, an unhealthy attachment sometimes. But yeah, anyway, I'll continue on. If you want me to like elaborate on my feelings and kind of like that, put a comment below, you know. Always have to chat to people.
I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much. Is because it felt like they let me have that connection.
Yep.
I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world.
Recognize me,
and then
please.
I feel less lonely too.
There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. If it's all him and he's trying to lead me this way. Alright, what's here? This is a weird looking wall. Open sesame. No, it is not actually a door. What if I press enter? Nothing happens. Cool. I do like the style though. Whoa, that's a random piece of art as well. New room. Cool. Sorry, I'm more monotone-esque thing, but this game is giving me the feels already, man. They were following this guy, and I like this painting. Very good game. I do like the polka dots. I like polka dots, if you can't tell with my border. Yes, alright. This is a note. Don't listen to the other notes. It's not safe. Kind of like this like snaky labyrinth. I could stare at this. I'm trying to speak. Hey guys. It's going just... Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. I like that painting. I really do. Alright, let's continue on. Yeah, we're all here now. Cool. Castle jump? No.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again.
Okay.
And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And
Never got
the puzzle
whispers.
is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Cool. Yeah, we'll keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Fair enough. I feel like more that we're going forward, like, this is my interpretation of this puzzle, is when we open the door.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces.
Yeah.
Before you move on, you get to pause.
Yeah.
Just for a moment. A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Oh, Davey. I'm gonna do my interpretation now. You open the door and then close it. You're looking towards the future. But you also have to look back and reflect back on your past to move there. If that kind of makes sense. So when I'm going here, I'm looking back and reflecting on everything there. And then I open the next puzzle and then I am going towards the future again. So you also have to reflect. You have to reflect back upon yourself or the past to go forward. If that makes sense. And here's the lamppost again. We have a lot of typewriters around. Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty? Speak. May, June 2009. Porn stars die too.
This one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Alright. Is that a real photo? It looks like it. Ah, and there's a door opened right there. There's a well outside. Very odd. Anyway. I'm going to leave it there. Chapter 9, Escape, May, June 2009. If you like this episode, give me a like. Comment if you want to say good day. And subscribe if you want to see more of my content. And as always, thank you lads and lasses for watching. Oh, that is very sad. There's Mummy in the top right flying away. Beautiful butterfly she is. Then there are some Bo and Georgie. And on the back it says failure. That is interesting. I assume that's Pinstrip's handwriting. Let's just do this.